Hello, everyone.
What's going on? I am here. I don't usually stream today, but today's different. So the reason I'm doing this is because I got curious about whether I could stream console games on my tablet, so I decided to give it a shot. I did some testing, and everything seems to be going according to plan. What little plan there is, I mean. So yeah, that's why I'm streaming today. Today's a test. So F-Zero X is one of my favorite games. Let's see. For this gorilla stream, we gotta play as a gorilla. Alright, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I got curious about whether I could stream without having to be tethered to my desktop. So right now I'm actually in my living room on my couch. I got all the stuff set up. I'm not doing very well, because I have to talk and play at the same time. Usually I'm really quiet when I play this game because I'm so concentrated. Super underrated game. I wish they'd bring back F-Zero. They're saying they don't have any ideas for it. I think I really would rather than just leave it alone, instead of trying to shoehorn something new into it. Because that's what they did with Star Fox, and it turned out very badly. Star Fox Zero sucked. Yeah, they tried shoehorning the gamepad controls, and they were dumb and not very intuitive. And I'm about to die. If you did something like that for F-Zero, that'd basically be suicide. The timing of that comment. So yeah, I feel like I have a bit of a space station setup right now, but it's something that I could pretty much take anywhere. I've got my usual mic next to me. Oh, I should probably explain the hardware stuff. So my tablet doesn't actually have... It doesn't have traditional USB ports. It has USB-C, which is what phones have, and it's what the Switch also has. But that's the only USB port the tablet has. So I just decided to go to the... I went shopping for an adapter to get around that issue. But when I looked at it, not only did it have USB ports, but it also had HDMI. And that got me to thinking, maybe I can use this for something besides using flash drives. So I tested that, and it works perfectly. And just today I realized that maybe I'll be able to do this with my tablet. And the Switch is portable, so moving that around isn't a problem. Other systems, maybe it would be, but... yeah. Ever since I got my tablet, I've been really hesitant about putting it just about anywhere. It's gotta be a safe surface. So this means doing gaming streams when I'm away from home won't be out of the question. Since I'm playing the console, that takes a lot of stress off of the tablet. It really is an amazing little thing. The mic I'm using is kind of broken, but I don't know if I'm going to bring that everywhere with me. If I'm only going to use it for this. Maybe I could get a smaller one. I'm dead. Oh, you may have noticed that I'm playing the Japanese version. And the reason I'm doing that is because... well, I can't... This expansion pass is pretty expensive. And I own this game like at least 3 different times. Hold on. So I figured if I'm gonna play this on the Switch, I might as well be the version that's Japanese. I really think it's a huge missed opportunity that they didn't use the expansion pack version. I am so keen on that level editor. Just that you can make your own crazy track designs. You probably couldn't share them because limitations of the original hardware and all that. But imagine they make a new version of this game. You could upload your own levels, and you could share them. Then you'll have infinite content. It's like such a no-brainer. But that's too obvious, so of course Nintendo's not going to do that. Someone from Nintendo was driving that ship. They overheard me. They crashed into me. So what I'm doing is, I'm playing in the master level. I beat all the expert ones. I'm not really particularly trying to do anything. If I could win, great, but I'm just... that isn't really what the stream's about, though. I just wanted to play one of my favorite games and test this out. See if it'll be viable for when I'm away from home. Seems to be working beautifully so far. Tablet's not right next to me, it's a little hard to see chat right now. Kinda have to squint to see. But that's okay, that's what phones are for. I can read chat on the phone. It's like the Bethesda guy says, do you not have phones? I think that was Bethesda, was it? I don't remember, it all blends together. It was either Bethesda or Rockstar, I think. However, Rockstar doesn't do multiplayer. Gearbox? I'm just listing random names now. I'd look it up, but you're not allowed to text and drive, that's illegal. Especially when you're going over 2,000 kilometers per hour. You know, in the original F-Zero, this planet was in it. It was called Deathwind. I hate Deathwind. If you look at it, if you watch someone else play it, it doesn't look bad. But there's actually a wind that's constantly pushing you to the side, so you have to fight against that. In addition to the other racers that are seemingly not affected by the wind at all. Yeah, thank goodness they didn't bring that back. That was terrible. Terrible gimmick. I can't believe they would do something like that. I have beaten the master level before, but that was on original hardware. The controller's a little bit different. on the Switch, so the controls are more sensitive. That makes it tougher to maneuver around the ships and stuff. Doing pretty well this race though. Oh, never mind. I'm doing terribly. I think I'm on my left leg too. Maybe I could put someone on the way up. Oh, I ate my own words. Gotta place the gorilla. It's cause this is a gorilla stream. So yeah, part of this is because I wanted to see if I'd be able to stream on the go, but also I wanted to stream see if I could stream sitting on my couch. It's way more comfortable than the computer's chair. Yeah, I can like recline. I can actually lean in closer to the mic. Listen. Can you hear me? Hello? I'll keep my ass on the road. This level was in Melee. But no one remembers because it's banned. Oh, I sniped him. When you defeat other enemy ships, you get a little bit of health back. So it's in your best interest to try and take him out if you can. But if you go out of your way to do it, that's key to falling behind in the race. I know, I tried. And if they die and they cross the finish line, they still place. Same thing happens to you. I actually did it before. Remember the very first race? I was running out of energy. And then I crashed into the wall and then I blew up. But it still counted as winning because I crossed the finish line. It's not a glitch. I think they did it on purpose because it would have been frustrating if you had to start over and that happened. If I ever make a racing game, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm just so into racing games right now. My older brother, he got his own Switch. And if you're watching right now, hi. So anyway, he got his own Switch. He got a game called Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's actually an old game that's been remastered for modern consoles. From like 2010, I think. You could either play as a street racer, or you could play as the cop that arrests them. Super fun. Very arcadey. Which I love. I'm playing an arcade racer right now. Technically it's not an arcade race, but you know what I mean. Real life logic goes out the window. I'm gonna start over. Too bad. You lost to the team. Yeah, real life logic goes out the window. It's just really easy to pick up and play. That's my favorite kind of game. A game that's simple to learn, but it's addicting, and there's a lot to learn about it. Even though it's simple. Easy to learn, hard to master. That's my mantra. And when I make my games, I want them to be like that. I want them to be easy to learn, but difficult to master. I want everyone to be able to enjoy them. So if people want to, if they don't want a challenge, they just want to casually play for a while, they could do that. And they're also brought up to speed, so they could also enjoy the game. But I like hard stuff. So I also want to accommodate both players, the ones who are looking for a challenge. So maybe once you finish the game, it gets a lot harder. And there's like a challenging post game. And that'll really be something to brag about. Or like Mario 3 where it starts out simple and it gives you a lot of power-ups. But as the game goes on it gets harder. But you like have an inventory of stuff that helps you. And the last levels are really challenging. But you don't feel like it came out of nowhere, because the game taught you how to play it. Oh, you know. Just earlier I was playing F-Zero GP Legend. I got that on the Virtual Console. Something I noticed that it did is that in the lower difficulties, the levels are easier. Like the tracks. It's not just the AI that's simpler. Like in this game, you know, the levels stay the same, but the AI is different. And the higher you go, the more aggressive it is. What F-Zero GP Legend did is, not only are the AI drivers less aggressive, but it's also easier to navigate on the tracks. When I was playing them, I felt like, man, it was too easy. But then I played it on hard, and then it threw a curveball, and it was much closer to the F-Zero levels that I know. The ones with really insane track designs. Like, hazards, explosives, the works. Oh, I was hoping I'd super die there. Maybe while I'm exploding, it could fall into the sky or something. So yeah, if F-Zero ever comes back, I think Nintendo should do that. They should make the lower difficulties have simpler levels, so that people can like get into the game, maybe get reacclimated to the series. F-Zero GX is really good. It's the one on the GameCube. I have it, but I don't have anything that could hook up into the capture card for the GameCube. So it's kind of stuck. Unless I emulate, but Nintendo doesn't like that. I don't think Twitch likes that either. So what I was saying is, F-Zero GX is really hard, but it's really good. I think if it came out now, people wouldn't like it very much because it has a steep learning curve. The levels are tricky right out the gate. Well, except Mute City. That's the very first one. But it ramps up very quickly. Too quickly, in my opinion. The game's definitely worth sticking with, because it's one of the GameCube's best games. Easily its best racer. But say somebody never played F-Zero before. Or maybe they just want to check out something new, and they pick it up. It's gonna be like slamming into a brick wall of difficulty. I like difficult games, so for me it's not a problem. But say for someone who doesn't really play games as often, or maybe they do like games, but they're not as good at them, because maybe they don't have as much time as I do. They're gonna feel like they didn't really have a chance to learn how to play the game. So you gotta put them in some easier levels first so they can get used to the controls and feel awesome. And then maybe once they get the hang of it, then you can start throwing more tricky stuff at them. I see people play videos of this game, and right about there they boost on the dirt. I always forget to do that. Okay, I'm gonna try it now. Oh, I did the opposite thing. I tried doing the side attacks too soon. Yeah, I'm not 100% focused on this game. Should I try again? Oh, I can't try again, I'm out of lives. As I was saying, difficulty in games. Games like... I think games that have a reputation for being difficult, I think they could be accepted. I mean the exceptions. But even they have, like, a safe area for you to get used to the controls. The pause menu might not always pause the game. Watch. See, if this was Dark Souls, the game would still be going. I'm comparing everything to Dark Souls. I should play it sometime. This game, Dark Souls. Kirby, Dark Souls. Bayonetta, Dark Souls. Dark Souls is Dark Souls. Elden Ring is Dark Souls. Except it actually is. Because I think it's made by the same people. The Dark Souls of open world games. But that's a trick I picked up from the Super Nintendo game. If you stay in front of other racers, they'll occasionally bump into you and you'll get a speed boost from that. Takes away a little bit of health, but it's worth it. Kinda tricky to pull off, though. And there's also the trick where you mash the A button. Well, it's not really mashing. It's not really mashing, there's a rhythm to it. Like, say you drift out of control. Kinda like that. Just push the A button again, and you'll regain your footing. Traction. You're not running, so there's no footing. It's also something that you could do in pretty much any other game. I haven't played it in GX, though. I haven't played that one in a while. I cannot be at the master level at all. I can't even keep up with them. Insanely difficult. You know, something I really like about F-Zero X is that it's at 60 frames per second. And it's the only... Well, it's one of the few Nintendo 64 games to keep a consistent frame rate of 60. The other one I'm aware of is Super Smash Bros. Everything else is, like, 30 at most. But most of them are at 20 frames. 3D was very new at the time, so it kind of chugged. And it wasn't the prettiest. It was actually really ugly. But that's kind of turned into its own aesthetic, you know? A lot of indie games like emulating that style. Like the warped textures on the PlayStation 1 that move around and stuff. There's people who intentionally code that into their games. I think that's really funny to think about. Like, they took what used to be a limitation of the console, and they intentionally coded it in. Like how it's like when an electric guitar distorts because it's too loud. Musicians turn that into, like... They turn it into a thing that they put into songs. Distorted guitar. Oh, and the video filters that look like VHS tapes, where it's all blurry, and there's some rainbow banding. Chromatic aberration. That's just a fancy name for the thing where the colors bleed a little bit. Yeah, people use that as a stylistic thing, and it looks so convincing when it's done well. Nostalgia's a powerful thing. I'm kind of nostalgic right now. Even though when I was like 6 years old, I could never get this far into the game. I'd always just do time trials. I never actually raced in the Grand Prix. I'd always watch my older cousins do it, though. They're actually the ones who originally owned the game, but they let us have it because... Actually, I don't remember why. I guess they just didn't want it anymore. Yeah, they're like leading their own lives now. 13. Didn't even notice it was the third lap. Oh well. I'm only doing this for kicks. I think after this one I'll try a different cup. Oh, I could try the X Cup. That one has randomized tracks. So it's never the same thing twice. Sometimes it generates tracks that are so insane that the AI drivers can't handle it, and then they all just fly off, and then they all die. There's a bunch of videos about it. They're really funny to watch. So this game technically has infinite levels in it already. But it's all generated by AI. So it doesn't really have the thought that these kinds of levels have put into them. Okay, I gotta look before I go on the dirt. Actually, why is it affected by dirt? It's hovering. That doesn't make sense. Although I'm playing as a gorilla, so I guess it makes as much sense as everything else. I think his name's Billy? Kind of a generic name. That's like the most generic little boy name ever. I apologize to anyone named Billy who's watching this stream. Oh, I can smell that beef stew. I'm slow cooking beef stew right now. It's so good. Hate the cylindrical levels. F-Zero X only has 2 of them, this being one of them. But F-Zero GX has so many of them. They're so difficult. You can't do anything. If you try ramming, people will fly off. If you try boosting, you'll probably fly off. Well, you can't boost now, it's the first lap. All you can do is just follow it and hope everything works out. I saw this in a YouTube video. I was gonna try and fly off the edge. When you're in midair, you go a bit faster. It doesn't seem like much, but the speed adds up. Yeah, this game is... It seems like it's fueled by adrenaline, but it's actually super precise. You gotta be very deliberate with your movements. Yeah, in a lot of driving games, it's... You just tilt the stick all the way, and then the car builds... It builds a turn for you. I don't really know how else to describe it. But you gotta be... In this game, you gotta be very precise with your movements. Like, right now, I'm not pushing very much. It's easier on the original Nintendo 64 controller. This game is built around that controller, so naturally it's easier. Games like Mario 64, Zelda, Kirby didn't use it. Just most 3D platformers, it doesn't really matter, unless you're like a speedrunner or something, and you need to get super precise angles, doing, I don't know, writing arbitrary code or something. But F-Zero, in normal gameplay, demands precision. I'm trying to be so careful with my movements, but it's so sensitive. I'm flipping around everywhere anyway. I can never remember where all the boosters are in these levels. I'm sure it was very cool at the time. Like, wow, you could go on all infinity directions. I'm gonna start over. I have enough lives. So, like, imagine 1998, the year this game came out. I think. Feel free to go, actually, it came out in X year, if I'm wrong. But anyway, 3D was new at the time. So, like, imagine seeing this. Whoa, this road! It has 360 sides on it. Ignore that it's actually a pentagon. Because this game has 3 polygons on the screen, so it can keep the frame rate high. I like these old games. They're simple. They didn't have as much to work with back then, so they just made the most of what they had. They used a lot of tricks. Like how this one has very... How do I put this nicely? It has very not detailed visual, but the payoff is that the frame rate's higher, so it plays smoother. So it's pushing the Nintendo 64 from a different angle. Like Conker's Bad Fur Day, that had voice acting, detailed graphics. The music almost sounded orchestrated. It was higher quality audio samples, at the least. A lot of these Nintendo-made games, they use the same, or very similar sound fonts. Like, I think Mario, Zelda, and Star Fox share the same sound font. This is the last level. I'm not even close to winning. I never said I'd win this in the title, so I don't care. I'm just playing because I'm bored. And also to test out streaming on the tablet. Yeah, I don't think it's just me. Because I have this game on original hardware. It's hooked up right now, actually. Just not on the HDMI. I managed to beat all the Master Cups as Captain Falcon. And I've got the tweet to prove it. But on this one, it's way harder because the controller is so sensitive. It's still fun though. It's best on the original hardware, but this is also very good, if a bit expensive. Probably still cheaper than trying to find a second-hand Nintendo 64 and F-Zero X. cartridge. Which, funny story. I got F-Zero GX a long time ago. Like, at the time I didn't even know it was rare. All I know is that I wanted it. I heard great things about it, but I didn't have it. I enjoyed F-Zero X, this game. I saw it at GameStop for like 12 bucks. Or was it 8? The point is it was very cheap. It was just sitting there and I was like, eh, why not? Best decision of my life. Okay, that's a bit dramatic. But this is my story, and this story is on the stream, and it has to be dramatic, so I'm saying it's the best thing that ever happened. I have a very similar story for Star Fox Assault. I found that for like 8 bucks, and it was in GameStop. Let's do the X-Cup. Gotta stay on your toes. Wow, this one looks lame. Usually it at least looks like a dick or something. So I'm like, this level looks like a dick. Yeah, I have a lot of stories like that for used games. What else did I get used? Oh, I got Resident Evil on the GameCube used. But that one was more expensive because that was at a specialty shop. I did some graphic design for them too. I wonder what happened to them. Wow, this is way easier than the actual levels. Give me some of that pink stuff. What is that pink stuff anyway? I always thought it was like soap. Because I don't know. I used color shampoos at the time. And the white things look a bit like bubbles. Okay, I just ate my words. I said it was easier, but then I died. Yeah, that was so me for being overly confident. I'm just thinking of all the ways that I could, like... Maybe when I'm visiting my family, I could set up the tablet like this. Maybe not exactly like this, because I'd also have to bring my microphone. Which I don't necessarily want to do. They probably don't want to be on the stream either. They're not really on Twitch. I just did this, I honestly just did this because I wanted to sit on my couch. It does feel a lot more pleasant, I must say. Even though I can't really reach out from here. Somebody could say something and then I'll have to squint to read it. Come on. Boost me. Give me a booster. I got my booster. Oh, I'm COVID-proof. Actually, in 1998, COVID didn't exist yet. But then that person gets, actually, because coronavirus has existed for many years. First place! I'm gonna get demonetized for talking about it. I mean, not that I'm monetized to begin with. So nothing's stopping me. Watch your back. No, I gotta get my eyes on the road. disembodied announcer from where I don't know who he is. Oh, I got first place for the first time. It's too bad this isn't an actual cup. The game does not care. Oh, this one looks like a dick. I'm gonna have to put a pixelated filter over that map. I wonder if there's any insane turns that everyone's gonna fly off of. Then I'll just instantly win because there's no one left. On a slightly unrelated note, I think this game is what gave me my taste for metal music. Seeing people play this and playing it myself in my most formative years. It's honestly amazing that Nintendo 64 still works. My old PlayStation doesn't work anymore. The old Dreamcasts don't work. PlayStation 2 stopped working. My Xbox 360 still works. Somehow. I have no idea. Those things are pretty infamous for breaking, actually. But mine still works. Oh, I died so hard. For a second, I thought I was getting knocked backwards. Maybe I was. Well, I lost my train of thought now. I wanted to say something, but I forgot what it was. I just got my life back immediately. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, if you kill 5 other racers, you get an extra life. And it happens for every 5 racers. Oh, it's like, I got a life and I lost it. Always happens. Was I on my last life? Oh, that race I got first place in is gonna be for nothing then. No one will ever know. Unless they watch the VOD. I wish this game had a feature where you could, like, save the best X races. Because sometimes the tracks it comes up with are pretty good. This isn't one of them. But there's times where it's pretty close to actual courses. They never have stuff like loop-de-loops and stuff. No loop-de-loops. Very few hazards. Some of them have hills, but most of them are just flat. You also get a bit of energy back for killing things. I think I already mentioned that. But it's very important when there's not a lot of healing strips. Not a lot of the pink shampoo stuff. Yeah, I really wish the version of F-Zero X they used for Switch Online had the track editor in it. Maybe you justify the price a little bit more. Oh no, it's a cylinder. Okay, little asterisk about this game only having 2 of these levels in it. It's 2, but it's only 2 in the official courses. The X levels they're randomly generated, so they can have them. So that technically means F-Zero X has an infinite number of these levels. They're just random. You do not want to be constantly boosting on them because you can get slung off. Sling? Is that a word? Hey, like, comment, and subscribe if slug is a word. And if they're not, I guess also do all that stuff. I'm actually doing better than the actual courses. This one looks decidedly not dick-like. Wow, that's a crazy turn. I don't know how they expect anyone to— oh wait, it's randomly generated. They don't expect anyone to do it. The AI is too stupid to realize that that turn is dumb. It's asking a lot. I should do the X Cup again. At least all the tracks are different. I feel like it's more interesting if all the levels are different, instead of me just doing the same ones over and over. That's an extra life. So this level's actually pretty tame. It's the most interesting one so far, because it has more turns. And it has the part without the guardrails on it. So it's a bunch of different obstacles. It's not just a flat, featureless track. Or like the other one where it was featureless, but it was a tube. It's an interesting dynamic having the healing strip, but there's no guardrail. You gotta heal, but there's the chance of falling off. I think this map looks very vaguely like a thumbs up, but without the fingers. See, that bump on the top is the thumb. That is a crazy jump. Look at him bouncing around. Maybe I could fly off of it. Oh, never mind. I was gonna try and fly off of it. And try and build up speed that way. This level's neat. There goes my rival. The AI is doing a pretty good job navigating this track. I thought maybe that jump would be too intense for them and they'd fly off. extract. This one is the Dairy Queen lips, but they're making the Pog face. Yeah, maybe you could see it if you squint. Kind of a boring level. Does have some sharp turns, but that's it. Yeah, the drop distance in this game is not great. But it's just another trick they did to have the game run at 60 frames all times. Yeah, even back then, people wanted really, really detailed graphics. They feel like they got their money's worth. That's something that hasn't changed. There's a lot of young people who think, like, nobody cared about graphics back then, but that's not true. People always cared about graphics. Did I come in first? Oh wow, I wasn't even trying to. So, a billion years ago, well, it's more like 30 years ago, the leap between consoles was insane. So, like, the NES to the SNES, that was a huge jump. SNES to Nintendo 64 was another huge jump. And it got another dimension. Sega Genesis to the Sega Saturn to the Sega Dreamcast. They were all big jumps. So the 5th generation, when I went from those to the GameCube, the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, it seemed like graphics couldn't get much better. But then the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 came out. I can't read that. My Japanese teacher would be so disappointed. Oh, I can read that one. It says Nintendo. Sensei, if you're watching this, I'm very sorry. I didn't do so well in that class. No. Yes. I'm gonna keep playing as the Gorilla. Because, you know, Gorilla stream. This might be the last cut because I didn't want this to be a long stream. I just wanted to see if I could stream. And if the VOD doesn't suck, then I'll say yes. The stream was a success. I almost died. Did you see that? That was crazy. I usually go much faster there, but not this time. Yeah, looking behind you is stupid. Because you gotta take your thumb off the steering wheel. Don't rear end me. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, there's something really cool that my brother did. I don't know if this is too much, if it's too personal. I guess it's okay. So my brother, he actually got a condo somewhere. He even talks about owning it, and then he's gonna rent it out to people. I think that's cool. I'm really happy for him. And when it's not being rented out, we can use it ourselves. So it could be like a vacation home. It's not a very big place, but it's ours. Well, it's his. He said he'd show it to me one day, once all the talks are done. So I really look forward to that. Oh god, I'm still going. I lost track of how many laps were left. Oh, how many laps were left? I'll say that 5 times fast. Okay, I got this. Yeah, I don't know what else I could say without revealing too much about it. Moving up in life. It just... it boggles the mind. It almost feels like yesterday. We were still in school. Time moves so fast. Faster than any F-Zero race. My life today is not what my life was like 10 years ago. And 10 years from now, my life will most likely be different from how it is now. It's both exciting and kind of sad to think about. To think how much things could change is pretty crazy. In some ways, I still feel like I'm a kid. But my older brother, he's a homeowner now. A landlord. We're growing up. Well, we're not growing up. We're already grown up. Even our youngest is old enough to drink now. Thinking about it makes me kind of existential. But I think Child may be very happy that I'm making a game right now. Something I've always wanted to do, but now I can do it. And I am doing it. Well, I'm not doing it right now, I'm pulling up the level, that's what I'm doing right now. Getting lost in my own thoughts. Okay, this one is the actual, really, final actual last one. If I had a bigger brain, I'd have a funnier way to end that sentence. Whoops. I'm just gonna start over. That one didn't count. I wanna play as the dinosaur. This boost sucks, but oh well. In this game, boosting is pretty much everything. You need a good body, and you need a good boost. It's actually better if you have worse grip. If you're a heavier machine, the grip doesn't matter as much. So, like, the machine can be super heavy, but if its grip sucks, it doesn't actually suck. because the weight compensates for the bad grip rating. And that's why the Blood Falcon and Silver Dude, the old guy, that's why everyone uses them for time trials. It matters more in this game than it does in Mario Kart, because you need to be actually good at the game to make any progress. You can't just have turtle cells decide everything for you. Not that it's a bad thing, because that's what makes Mario Kart special. But in games where you actually have to drive, you gotta be good. Oh, I was trying to do the thing where I'd like fly off of that jump. You get insane speed from that. Makes it very easy to pull ahead. But again, it's easier to do on original hardware. But now I'm wondering, say I got an adapter for the Switch that lets me use a Nintendo 64 controller. Would that make a difference? Because the game itself isn't really different. Well, there might be some input lag because it's an emulator. But the controller, it'd be the same. I think about the new one that they made, like the replica for specifically for the Switch, but it's always sold out. I kind of gave up trying to get one. Coulda, shoulda, woulda got one when they first went on sale. But at the time, I didn't think I was gonna get the expansion pass. And if it was just me on the plan, then yeah, I don't think I would get it. But the whole family wanted to play. Or at least wanted the option to do it. So I got the plan. I like the games enough to justify it. I did want to stream the Nintendo 64 at least once. Which I'm doing right now. So I think it worked out.
Too bad. You lost to the team.
I do think, at the moment, it's kind of overpriced. But they keep adding stuff to it slowly but surely. Personally, I'd rather, instead of DLC for games that I don't really play, or might not play, I'd rather be like the Game Pass, where you get to download a bunch of games. Like brand new games that are unrelated to the ones you already have. I think that's the best value. Can't beat Game Pass. It's like Netflix, but for games. I don't have an Xbox, but if I did, it'd be for Game Pass, totally. Series S is cheaper, but I want the Series X because I want to play disc games. My rival died, idiot. If I had an Xbox Series X, I don't think I'd be able to stream it like this. I actually have my Switch right next to me. It's easy to set up the Switch there because the Switch is portable. But the Series X is like... The memes about the refrigerator are true. It's huge. It's big, heavy. It's a black rectangle. Takes up the whole counter. The Series S is probably a lot smaller though. If I had the choice, I'd get the Series X though. I don't like the thought of something being digital only. Because every console has a shelf life, that's true. But if it's download only, then there's gonna be a day where it can't play games anymore, no matter what. And it's not because the hardware failed, it's because it can't access the software anymore. It's like a really big problem. I don't like it. I like physical games. I usually only get digital games if they're like super discounted or if there's no other option. Well, for the Xbox, it's like a $300 difference. So if I did want an Xbox, I might have to swallow my pride and just do it. But then I couldn't play my old 360 games on it because there's no disc drive. Oh, but something I just thought of. If there was like an adapter that red switches for it, I could get around it. But then that's just more hardware that could potentially fail. That's what killed my Wii U. Having an external SSD. I use that for storage because the Wii U only has 32 gigabytes. And that is not a lot for a game console, or anything, really. Filled up very quickly. For a while it worked, but after some years it failed, and then I couldn't read it anymore. Now I can't use it, and now it's like I never had those games. And that's what turned me off from digital. What button's break again? Oh yeah, X is break. I always forget this game has a break button. Because the button that usually be break is the booster. I tried to random for some extra energy, but I missed. So something I thought of now is, right before the loop-de-loop, think maybe you could jump to the other side of the track, but that wouldn't work, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because of the way this game keeps track of the race. There's a bunch of invisible checkpoints, and you're always passing them. That's also how the game keeps track of what parts to load, including the models and the collision data and all that. So yeah, that's why if you try to do the shortcut on Rainbow Road, you just go right through the floor. It's because the collision's not loaded due to the checkpoints. I think that's a combination of saving resources for the frame rate and keeping people from cheating. I just remembered I hate this level. There is no room to move. It does let you do that, though. My usual solution is, once you get the boost unlocked, you could build up enough speed to go flying, and then try to land on the track ahead of every racer. But that's a very risky strategy, and I don't have the lives to spare. Actually, I don't have any lives. So I gotta try and... Well... maybe it's worth a try. Watch. Ah, see that? I wasn't keeping track of the positions, but I'm gonna assume that we're way ahead right now. Way ahead from where we used to be relative. I need energy. I'm afraid to try it again, because it's a very dangerous strategy. You might not land on the road. Though the sensitive controls are really biting me in the butt right now. Well, I'm dead. I don't want to end on that note though, so I'm gonna go to Rainbow Road. Gotta end on Rainbow Road. The disc drive version of this game actually has a remix of Mario Kart's Rainbow Road. I wish the base game had it. Or they at least patch it in with, like, Lewis scripting. That's the least they could do, honestly. If they're not going to give us all the disc drive editions, they could at least make Rainbow Road play the Rainbow Road music. I think. It just makes it feel a little bit more special, you know? I could play this on the original hardware if I wanted. Oh, but the wire's not long enough to reach the couch. So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, they did design the console thinking like 20 years later some dude would want to upload his gameplay on the internet for people to interact with. That kind of thing wasn't even conceivable. The internet was way weaker back then. You like needed a modem. You couldn't talk on the phone at the same time. There were a lot of conversations about someone using the internet, but then they had to call somebody, so they had to stop using it. On this episode of Blue Eyes, who dates himself. I'm going to die. Okay, if I'm gonna die, I want to do this. I actually wanted to fall off the track. When you're playing as a female character, they have a different scream from usual. It's like... yeah, it's like that. Also, fun fact. The character Baba, he has the same scream as the female racers. So he screams like a woman when he falls off the track. I'd show you, but... wait, why don't I show you? I'll do it right now. Where is he? Okay, this is Baba. I'm gonna intentionally fall off the track so you can hear him screaming. So what you're about to hear is the female scream. So like, you expect the woman characters to scream like that. But not Baba. I don't know if somebody had like a sense of humor. I don't want to play as Baba. I want to play as Mrs. Arrow. So before now, I didn't even know it was possible to end up stuck in those guardrails when you died, and then making the sound play over and over. Doing QA testing for a game that's like 30 years old. Or pushing 30. 25 maybe. I am not good at math. Yeah, ignore that I do coding streams. I suck at math. I need the calculator.
You got boost power.
Which, by the way, is the best app on the Switch. Definitely worth the $10. The $9.99 that it costs to purchase the Switch's calculator app. I died. I need to pay more attention. I gotta finish the stream by beating Rainbow Road. Because Rainbow Road means it's the end. At least it does in Mario Kart. Granted, this is not Mario Kart, but it's the same track layout. Yeah, a trick I learned from racing games is, if you try to stick to the inside corners, you're more likely to pull ahead. Something I learned from this game. And when I do it in, like, Forza and Need for Speed, it also works. So it's just a general tip for racing. For Mario Kart, it doesn't matter, because you could just throw turtle shells at people. You throw bombs at them. Then you can pull ahead that way. Bob was trying to get revenge for me knocking him off the level. Do you think game characters remember that stuff? Like, in actuality they don't, but imagine they could. Imagine you get to play as them, and then you force them to do something stupid. And then when you encounter them as an NPC, they're mad at you, and they try to get revenge on you. Well,
Watch your back. Too bad. You lost to the sea.
Mr. Arrow's not gonna be happy. As I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Something about calculators?
Watch your back.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I love F-Zero, but I don't know if I want to do a whole series for it. At least not this game. I still have to do GP Legends story mode.
Watch your back. You got boost power.
Yeah, take that, Black Shadow. I didn't even need the Falcon Punch to do that. Better use the boost on long straightaways. Oh, I gotta be careful of those bumps. That actually killed me one time.
Yeah. Final lap.
I was driving on that road, but then I accidentally hit one of the bumps and then I went flying. Then I fell off the track. In the right circumstances, they're actually good for picking up some speed in a pinch. Or when you don't have the booster available. But that's only like one level where they're specifically not as dangerous to use because they're not right next to a ledge. At least not one that you're facing. Kinda like how a Goomba, on its own, is not very dangerous. But in the right location it is. Thanks, Wara. Thanks for the encouragement. How you doing today? It's been a while since I saw you. Actually, I almost didn't see you. I gotta squint to read chat right now. My little being there is more than enough. Oh, thank you! Oh man, I want to do the rest of this course. The rest of the cup. You know, why not? I'm gonna try loading. I gotta load chat on my phone because I can't read it from here. Hold on a second. Where's Twitch? Okay, I'm ready. Alright, I'm gonna keep going until I either die or finish the cup. Because I didn't mean for this to be a long stream, I just wanted to test this. It works beautifully, so there's no worries there. I need my booster. You got boost power. Whenever I hear this particular music track, I always think of this level. I don't know, it just always stuck with me. Thought it was interesting how, like, the track was a mirrored version of itself. I'm sorry, I can't read chat right now. You know what they say about texting and driving. I need energy really badly. Gotta live on the edge. Oh yeah, you totally can blow up the other racers. It's risky to do, but if you take out enough racers, you get an extra life, and you get extra energy for everyone you get rid of. I was talking about F-Zero GX earlier, actually. It's one of the GameCube's best. Not just for racing, just in general, it's one of its best. I hope I could play it on stream someday, but I gotta get the right connection stuff. Got it on original hardware. Thing is, I could never get past the master level. When I played F-Zero X on original hardware, I could get past master. I'm having trouble on the Switch version though, because the controls are a little bit different. But on the original, I could do master. Well, for F-Zero GX, I absolutely can't do it. I can't even keep up with the others. It's so hard. I must have played it for hours. Still can't do it. Hope I don't fly off like an idiot. I feel bad for the people in the cities living underneath the F-Zero tracks. I wonder what it's like. Like, imagine you're just going about your day. Like, oh, I'm a boring office worker. I need to get these files in by Friday. Blah, 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 blah. But then an F-Zero car just crashes through the ceiling, and then it blows everything up. That's gotta be rough. The rent in this place must be really cheap because of that added risk. Because nobody wants to live there. Or do you think they evacuate the city ahead of time? Like it's a scheduled event? But then the buildings still get destroyed, don't they? Or maybe F-Zero machines, they have special explosions where they just disintegrate. I don't think they ever explain it. Maybe it's a plot point in the anime that they made, but I've never watched it. Gotta watch it sometime. The only thing I know about it is that the main character is not Captain Falcon, but he's still in it. And the series ends with him doing a Falcon Punch, and it became a meme. That's all I know about it. Okay, no, that's not true. There's one other thing I know about it. And it's that 4Kids dubbed it. Needless to say, it didn't last very long in the air. The Japanese series got completed, but the English dub was cancelled after 14 episodes. Very unfortunate. I don't think I cared back then, but I do now. I definitely care. I wish Nintendo would bring back F-Zero somehow. And it not be a monkey paw wish like it was with Star Fox Zero. Yeah, I tried playing it. I could kind of see what they were trying to do. Sort of. Trying to justify the gamepad's existence by doing things with it. Imagine how much better Star Fox Zero would be if you could just use the Wii remote. Because the Wii U could do that. Yeah, just make it simple. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. F-Zero doesn't even have wheels. Why reinvent it? Just give us a new F-Zero. I don't know who'd make it though. I was thinking maybe the most likely candidates would be Suzak. They made Fast RMX. I know they like F-Zero, because the game's inspired by it. Fast RMX isn't F-Zero though, the handling is completely different. Feels more like... the handling's closer to an actual car than this game is. Because in this one it feels kind of toy-like. Everything's so instant, is what I'm saying. In Fast RMX the vehicles have like weight to them. Well, it feels a bit more like a real car, if that makes any sense. I don't want to die here. My other thought is maybe the Need for Speed Burnout team, but they're for EA. And EA they have their own thing in place. And I don't want them putting, like, loot boxes in there. Nintendo's mobile division is really bad about loot boxes. They like put them in everything. They tried doing the traditional model with Super Mario Run, but people didn't like it. Thought it was too much money. So Nintendo went in the complete opposite direction. Now everything is microtransactions. But it's free to play. It's just crazy to think, like, in Mario Kart Tour, it's $45 for one character. But Super Mario Run, it's $10 for the full game. It's a little baffling, honestly. I don't want to say anything I might regret later, because I'm being recorded right now. I just think it's weird. strange priorities. I guess it's because they're already playing the game and they're already invested in it. So it's $45 for a game they know they already like. Meanwhile, it's... when you're on the phone, you're more impulsive, I think. So when there's a big price tag to start out with, you're more apprehensive. It's not like a traditional game. I'm not really an authority to speak about it, but it is interesting to think about. I think it's kind of funny. When smartphones first became a thing, like the first iPhone, they tried treating it more like traditional console gaming. Like Grand Theft Auto 3 on the go. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die! Mr. Arrow will be sad if you die! So yeah, imagine a console game but in your pocket. Which is the Switch's selling point, now that I think about it. But back then, the idea of a tablet was very new. That was before everyone had one. It was more of a luxury, really. I don't know if they still make the iPod Touches, but those were also a thing. iPhone without the phone part in it. I gotta... whoops. Well, she's dead. I guess this is why they don't want you talking on the phone and driving at the same time. It's alright, though. I'd hate to end this on a down note, though. This is just gonna be another... whatever. I'll just keep going till I win. Or at least finish. You need my friend code? I only accept friend codes from people I know. I'm sorry. Lava, stop it! Yeah, so like family and people I know very well. Otherwise, I just have friends on my list that I don't really care about, and I'd never play with ever. It's not personal. I just don't want it to be like Facebook where I have like 400 friends of people I don't know. But they're my friends anyway. Okay, watch this. That wasn't it! I was supposed to fly off the apex of that jump and then totally pull ahead of everyone. Instead I just shot like a missile into the ocean. It's okay, I got 2 more machines. I think I might have to not talk during the more precise parts. Like on the big hand when I'm driving on the ice. When I'm doing the corners it's fine, but not when there's no guardrail. Okay, this time for real. Watch this. Oh yeah, did you see that? I just realized that I could have said shot like an arrow instead of shot like a missile. Because I'm playing as Mrs. Arrow. There's a Mr. Arrow too. They're very... Mr. and Mrs. Arrow are very similar. But Mr. Arrow has a lighter vehicle weight. I don't actually know if that makes a difference. I guess maybe it's easier to take off. Both vehicles are very light though, so it's not a huge difference. You unlock Mrs. Arrow first though. I'm not trying to get first place, I just want to reach the end. I'd totally boost here, but I don't have the energy to spare. No, I really don't have the energy. Okay, now I do, but I don't want to hit a bump and fly off. Take off. Oh. Okay, but if that wasn't the third lap, the timing for that would have been perfect. This is my favorite level. See that rival? We gotta take him out. We did not take him out. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. You know what this song reminds me of? You know that episode of SpongeBob where Sandy is in pre-hibernation and they do a whole bunch of extreme sports? And they had Pantera as a music guest? This song reminds me of that song. I always think about that. They had Pantera on SpongeBob. Oh yeah, that was perfect. My fingers are faster than my brain when I'm talking. Coming through! Never mind. Not coming through. So was this the one I hated? Oh no, I think that's the next one. It's the track that's really thin, so it's hard to get past people. You gotta do the risky jump. It's like the Rainbow Road jump, but it's a lot riskier because the road's thinner. So there's not much road to land on. Okay then. I don't know who did that, but they're gonna pay. With their life. That probably didn't sound very threatening. I gotta do some voice exercises. Because in the future, you gotta scream over F-Zero engines, and they're probably very loud. That's why Captain Falcon yells all the time. Also, I may have just made that up. Oh, this is another level with the jump. This one's kind of straightforward. Oh, Samurai Goro got in the way. He's one of the OGs. He's also the blatantly correct character to play as in the Super Nintendo version of the game. He has low acceleration but high top speed. And he also has a very good body. By which I mean his vehicle does, not him. So that means he's the easiest character to play as for, like, going fast. When you see people playing the Super Nintendo version of F-Zero, you'll usually see them playing as either Captain Falcon or Samurai Goro. Sorry, I'm being quiet, I'm concentrating. I think if I die, that's gonna be it. People die when they're killed. People die when they crash in massive explosions. And the explosions are caused by futuristic racers. Oh, you know, I just thought of something. How do the courses float? Do they, like, have jets underneath them? Do they have to be refueled? I don't know if they have to be lit specifically because... Maybe they don't because some of the levels take place at nighttime. Visibility's not an issue. Maybe the guardrails have their own lights in them. But then what about the stretches of road without them? How do you see those? Maybe that could be its own obstacle in a future game. But it's not very fun when you can't see where you're going. I died. Oh jeez. I think that's it. I didn't mean for this to be a very long stream. The game is over. The jig is up. The lady has sung. Well, actually, she screamed. I feel bad for her. It's okay, she'll be back in the very next race, though. So, that's it. That's all for today's stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing an art stream. I haven't decided what I'm going to draw yet, though. Maybe it's Harley. Maybe it's... I'm playing Bayonetta right now, so maybe I'll draw her. Whatever I draw, I'll be doing it tomorrow. So... Okay. That's all for today. Thanks for coming to my Gorilla stream. And I will see you next time. Have a good day, or night, or evening, or afternoon, or morning. You got boost power.